Oh my gosh, the center is delayed. The map is never coming. All the players are just simply leaving the game, and nobody is going to be playing Ark Survival Ascended, as the game is just purely dead at this point. Listen, I'm going to tell you right now, all right? I'm going to keep it at 100. One thing that really just chaps me really hard is these content creators that are just feeding and feeding and feeding on the just demise of Ark by creating, just crazy clickbaited videos, crazy just in general, like, topics out of nowhere. They're just fabricating stuff to make it seem like the Ark community is completely dead. And I also already know that every one of these content creators and streamers and players complaining in the official Discord and across the Ark community in general are all going to be coming back and playing every single DLC, and including even purchasing and buying some of these DLCs when they drop. So can we please just cut the crap, call a spade, and we already knew that all of this was coming. And welcome back to the channel, survivors. I am Kodeations, a survival crafting content creator and live streamer. I do make content here on YouTube almost daily, so if you guys have not subscribed to the channel, please do if you guys enjoy the content. And also go follow us over on Twitch, as we do live stream over there 3 times a week, Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Alrighty, so diving into the most recent news we've had for Ark Survival Ascended, and that is related to the center map. The center map was actually set to launch here by the end of February, and seeing how we're closing in on the last week of the month and that has not officially launched, the developers finally did drop an update in last week's community crunch on Friday. They basically state that we've made the decision to postpone the center as it wasn't on track to launch with the level of quality we require. Our dedicated partners who have been working on the center while we focus on Scorched Earth need more time to make it meet our expectations and yours. We're sorry for this change in plans, and we do know that it will be well worth it when the center launches. And to be honest, I didn't imagine anything different happening. One, they just simply didn't give us any information about the center's map leading up to the last week of February. So 100% expected them to drop a notification saying that it was going to be delayed. One thing I didn't think, though, was that it was going to be indefinitely. They didn't put a date on here, which is actually quite smart from on their end, because then they're not really held to a standard by the community to have the map out by a certain time frame, and instead it looks like they're going to be pushing it back potentially after Scorched Earth's release. Additionally, we also found out that Wildcard themselves are not developing the updated version of the center map. They are going to be having their partners, as they claim. Now, I'm not exactly sure who this partner is. My guess would be, or at least my assumption would be, the person maybe that originally designed the center map back from, Ark Survival Evolved might be the company, because I think they actually bought that studio or absorbed that studio, and if they did, then in my opinion, that's probably the best person to tackle this update, and maybe they're just simply not ready. And now the other thing to keep in mind that we could speculate is, does that mean Scorched Earth is technically still set to release for April 1st, and potentially will Scorched Earth be coming out before the center map, going back to the original roadmap plans? Now, alongside, unfortunately, the delay of the center map coming to Ark Survival Ascended, they actually did make another switcheroo here that I know the Ark community is not happy about, but that is the Gigantoraptor. The Gigantoraptor, which was originally set to debut on the Ragnarok map, that was then officially changed to the center map debuting, has now been officially changed to the island map debuting. As we can see here, launching on February 28th for all survivors on the island map. It says, we would like to offer you something to sink your teeth into right now, though. The Gigantoraptor originally intended to debut on the center map, which is not true. It was originally decided to launch on the Ragnarok map and change to the center. Will be releasing on Wednesday, February 28th for all survivors on the island. We hope that the new majestic companion will keep you company while you wait for its home map to receive its glow up. And I'm going to be honest with you here, I'm actually really excited for this. One, because it's a new creature being added into the game. Two, it's going to be giving us something to nibble and chew on until a map officially launches. I understand that a lot of people in the Ark community are upset around these community creatures because, one, they obviously were community voted on, and that goes for the Gigantoraptor for the creature and also its release map. And so I understand where they're a little bit upset because it's not releasing with its official intended Ragnarok map or the center map they changed it to, but now the island. I understand that. that. But for me personally, as a player, I could honestly care less. I'm just happy that we're getting something new, something fresh into the game, and something to at least just chew on until the map officially launches. And now, baby, diving into the elephant in the room, and that brings us to the Oasisaur and the dossier, and what we have currently found out about this giant powerhouse that unfortunately is going to be some sort of pay to win. So diving deeper into the dossier, we have Wild. It says, like most of the unique wildlife I've encountered here, this flying island feels like something from a legendary fantasy. It is as big as a titanosaur, but somehow it can still defy gravity. My hunch is that the Oasisaur consumes great bunches of vegetation at once, so a handful of berries wouldn't be an enticing enough offering. You'd have better luck courting its affection by topberry or potted shrub or your wallet, because this is technically a paid creature via the Frontiers DLC pack, as long as you're ready to chase the rival suitors off the behemoth's back. This roaming oasis carries soil on its back so fertile that anything planted in it will flourish, even if practically ignored, and that back seems like it has room enough for a small neighborhood. As far as domesticated, the living landmass will nurture its long-term inhabitants. The friendship is worth the time investment because favored residents get access to a pool with truly miraculous properties. For starters, its restorative waters will cure bathers of nearly any illness or affliction. Most unbelievably, the wellspring of an Oasisaur can reincarnate your lost animal friends, whether by transcendental magic or access to the mysterious technologies of these arks. I've seen a fallen pet return to newborn life by committing their essence to that rejuvenational pool. And unfortunately, this is why everybody in the Ark community has lost their marbles, because this creature is supposed to be a paid-only creature coming out with the Adventure Frontier pack for Scorched Earth. Now, obviously, there's a lot of stuff that we do not know about the Oasisaur, right? However, looking at the dossier, it looks really super-duper strong. One, all of the ground on it is fertile, so you can grow things, you know, directly there, and it seems basically left unattended, which means it will probably water itself to a good portion. So that's going to be one thing that's really strong when it comes to plant life on the back of it. But it's large enough for a small neighborhood, which is going to be huge, meaning you could build a, you know, huge size base there, and there's probably not going to be any reason for you to build any other bases throughout the map besides on the back of this Oasisaur if you happen to get it. And then the third one here, and obviously the most controversial one, is the revival of dead creatures. Now, we don't know exactly how the system will work, you know, specifically, but the last line here does mention essence from a fallen creature, so you're probably going to have to collect some sort of essence when a creature dies. And then the second thing here is going to be bringing that essence back, and then they be reborn as a newborn. Now, newborn normally means baby state, so I'm wondering if that means you're going to have to revive your fallen creature, but it's going to start off as a baby, and you're going to then have to go through the raising process all over again to get it back. Now, I'm not sure what the stipulations are behind that. When it officially fully matures, will that bring all of its original stats back? Will it start off at that base level? Can it just simply not be leveled anymore? I don't know. There's tons of information that needs to be had here regarding the Oasisaur, but I will state from my personal opinion, I don't really like the idea behind the creature in general. I don't like it because I think it kind of takes away from what the game's intention is when it comes to playing, and especially on something like the Scorched Earth map that I really love as it was in Ark Survival Evolved. I don't really like the idea of seeing these giant islands just flying around the map and, you know, blocking off everything. So I don't know. That's just my personal opinion. You guys let me know what your thoughts are down below as always. And now, last but not least, it's important to note that the Love Evolved event will be coming to a close here today as February 26, 2024 on official servers. Obviously, if you guys are on a private server, you do have to close that out manually and remove it from your server. Just keep in mind that until these items are officially put into the game's code, I would not remove the event and I would keep it running in the background. And that's officially going to wrap up our video for today on what you guys need to know for Ark Survival Ascended. As always, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe here on the channel for everything Ark Survival Ascended related. Also, don't forget, I do have a Discord community for a variety of different survival games. If you're looking for a cool place to hang out, DM me, or in general join some of my servers, you can always find that link down below in the description. With that being said, as always, guys, happy Monday, and I will see you all on the next one.